Kia ora, it's Daniel here with IT Stuffed. Today I'm out here at the New Brighton Pier, and my question to you is, have you been fished before? Oh, that's nice. Laura's remembered my birthday. I remember Laura's handwriting slightly differently. That's a nice card. Dear Daniel, happy birthday. Here are some gift cards for your special day. Just enter your credit card details to redeem your gift cards. Laura. Thank you, Laura. All right, now let's translate our scenario with the birthday card into the digital world with our phishing email here that we've got from Air New Zealand. So this is a phishing email that we created for our clients, which we do send out regularly, just to make sure that everyone is aware of what to look out for when real phishing emails come through. And if anyone goes through the phishing email campaign that we are sending out, then we do have the right training for them ready as well. All right, with this one, I want to show you what to look out for when it comes to a phishing email. Here, at first glance, Air New Zealand seems fair enough, seems like the right name from what we are expecting here. The logo, in all honesty, I might be a wee bit ignorant here, but to me, that logo looks perfectly fine. I can't spot the difference to the real Air New Zealand logo here. Now, if you're only looking at the surface here, you wouldn't probably hesitate too long before you click on the link that it's prompting you to. But let's analyze this thing a wee bit closer. Firstly, let's look at the email address up here. So here, once we hover over it, we can see that the email address is airnz_points@support.co.nz. The Air New Zealand domain, so the part after the @ is totally different. It's definitely not @support.co.nz. So that's the first red flag. Now, secondly, if we do look at the logo and hover over the logo, again, we can see that the address or where the picture is coming from is also from this dubious support.co.nz domain. Going further through the email, historically, it was a giveaway when the email was written really badly, when there were grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes. However, with AI and hackers becoming more sophisticated, this is less of a giveaway these days. We'll carry on. Again, here, another link with the wrong domain. This here looks all right. Help Center, even though it looks like a link, there's no link behind this text. And then again, with the socials, we've got the same structure or the same domain for the links. So if in doubt, you can always go to the original Air New Zealand website and check if their domain has the support.co.nz domain in there anywhere. All right, because I was stressed, I clicked on the link in the email, just booked my flights, and I definitely don't want to miss those flights that I've booked. And if I do need to change my password, of course, I will go onto the Air New Zealand website to change my password. Now, here again, I'll put my email address in and my super secure password. Being password. Please don't use a password as a password. Use a password manager instead. Cool. And I'll click continue. Right. This, because it's a phishing campaign that we've sent out, does tell you to please contact support. What we do have here, though, is a few more giveaways that this is a this is not the legitimate Air New Zealand page. So what we've got up here at the top is the domain again. It's the support.co.nz domain. Here with this logo, I can now tell as well that that's not the right thing. Never noticed the border around it. Another thing that we do have here, just refresh this one so that we can see it better. Another thing that we can see here is again the links, which is not quite as uncommon as you would think now that you've already gone to this page, but also the copyright here is just, yeah, not right. Yeah, definitely a few giveaways here. Logo, sign in, the copyright down here, and also the domain up at the top where you've gone to. What you can see here as well, though, is when I'm using my password manager, or my password manager is telling me I don't have any items here. We'll refer to this in a second again. Okay, now let me talk you through what the problem is if you click on a phishing email and enter your credentials like this. There's a handful of problems that we would be introducing. Firstly, we would be giving away our email address and password. So especially if we are reusing our passwords in multiple places, that can be quite devastating quite quickly. So imagine our Air New Zealand password is the same as our email password. Suddenly an attacker not only has access to our Air New Zealand account, but also potentially, if there's no multi-factor authentication on our account, also to our emails. Secondly, if this phishing campaign is to steal your multi-factor authentication token, they would be potentially able to circumvent multi-factor authentication as well. This can be a complete disaster if someone phishes your Microsoft email address, your Microsoft account, and especially if there's no other protection in place and your account is an administrative account. Now, what can we do against this? There's a few things that I believe we should have in place to prevent disaster coming from anything like this. So firstly, I would highly recommend having a password manager. As you saw on my screen before pop up quickly, it was telling me that there's no password stored for here. Do you want to create a new password? There's a couple of advantages when we are using a password manager. One is the notification that popped up. Secondly, the password manager itself will create unique passwords for all of our accounts. And we can define how strong those passwords need to be. Thirdly, if we then go onto a website that we have previously signed up for, the notification will come up again and it will allow us to sign in. If this notification doesn't come up, we do need to actively go into our password manager, look for the password and type it in or copy it into the fields. So it's another layer of security there. What else should you have in place? The other two things that I highly recommend here to prevent phishing attacks, what the consequences of a phishing attack is email filtering, so that any email that's coming through has been looked at and compared against any common patterns. So there's some really good AI filters out there that recognize most of your phishing emails. And then also have a website filter or a DNS filter in place, which prevents you from going onto potentially harmful websites. Still, all of these methods are not completely foolproof, and it's always better to have more security layers in place so that you catch the attack at some stage. Additionally to this, which in my opinion it's not negotiable, it's a non-negotiable, multi-factor authentication. However, as I mentioned before, multi-factor authentication is still not a foolproof protection from account hijacks through phishing emails. Then additionally to that, have phishing resistant multi-factor authentication. So there can be passkeys, there can be hardware keys. There's a few different options there that can be used. And once we have, what else we've got on the preventative side is active account monitoring. So if there's any suspicious logins from unknown destinations, you definitely do want your accounts to be monitored. You either want them to be completely locked down, or you want to have the ability to see if someone is logging in from an account, from a location that's not normal for your organization.